You are a fine sight. And I recognize all of you, even with your mask, which is quite something. But we have had 18 months. Is the volume okay for everyone? Can everyone hear? It should go up. It should go up. Welcome. I have an inquiry. Welcome. We rang our peaceful many times for the joy of being together and for beauty that is surrounding us. I invite all of you throughout this service to breathe and look around and see and feel this beauty that is within this pavilion, this beauty of people who have stayed together and expressed such love to one another through all of these many years. Thank you, thank you. We also, as is our tradition, we ring our peace bowl to affirm that these lands that we love are the ancestral lands of the Yavapai people, the Wipukepats, the Tolkepayas, the Quevkepayas, and the Yavapais. We begin this service by honoring the four directions, Sioux. If you care to rise in body or spirit and lift your arms to the east. Take the sun, birth and rebirth, the wind that brings new beginnings, the winds that bring about clarity, the breath of life, the place of mindfulness, the place where dreams are to take action. We call upon the winged one, the great eagle and the hawk. Teach us to fly, wing to wing with the great spirit. Teach us to seek through illusion. Energies of the east, join us, assist us this day. Begin. Out. Element of fire, place of the noonday sun, spiritual realm, the place of passion, creation and inspiration, the trust and innocence of the child, spark of life, the fire within. Share with us your courage and protection. Call the lion and the puma, the fiercely protects those whom she loves. We call forth the great spirit. Teach us to shed the past as easily as you shed your skin. Teach us transformation. Energies of the south, join us. Assist us this day. Spirit of the west, place of the setting sun, the emotional realm, place of reflection and introspection, the place of ending, of death that is not an ending, but transition to its beginning, the direction of history, the energy of autumn's bountiful harvest, the evening star, place of transformation and change. We call upon the great bear, the dolphin, the whale, and the playfulness of the otters and seals. Energies of the west, join us. Assist us this day. Being there.
North, the place of wisdom, the place of grandmothers and grandfathers, the ancestors and ancient ones, the place of abundance, the place of rejuvenating rest, place of slumber, illness, inner wisdom, the place where dreams begin. We invite the energies of the owl, hummingbird, wolf, horse, and white buffalo woman with great transformation of life. Energies of the West, join us, assist us this day. Being energies, spirits of the above, element of ether, Father Sky, divine consciousness, spirit guides and our ancestors with their wisdom and watchful guidance over our path. We invite you, Great Spirit, you who are known by 1,000 names, energy of the above, join us. Assist us this day. Spirit of the low, sacred mother, we call upon the energies of the elements, the stones and crystals, the plants and trees and all that, light, wind, and all that being. Energies of below, join us. Assist us this day. Spirit of the sacred center, the place of balance, the within, without, oneness, divine feminine and divine masculine. God, goddesses, the yin, the yang, spider woman who meets the web and the broken threads of life. The place of timelessness and transformation, place of the void, which all things are things return. Energies of the sacred center, join us. Sisters today, please conclude and Suki will lead us in reading our.
This morning we light our chalice as a people who have been apart for 18 months, but together. Our newest member, Clara Rose Fennell Rest, is now 18 months old. And we are finally able to meet her. Let's take a moment, look around, and see her and see others. What a beautiful life. Lord, we light our chalice for the light in Clara's eyes, for the faithfulness of her parents and her brother Julian. We light the chalice too for all of our flexibility and for the love and for the fun that has kept us together, for the light of community that has been burning in new ways, for the light of our faith, for being here today. Cindy Pierce will light our chalice. Okay. Welcome everyone to our in-gathering, to our water communion, which is a little different than any of the weeks of the year. Each of you has water with them, whether real or virtual, or as we learned, virtual can be real. And each of you should have a card. Does anyone not have a card? I'm imagining Colette, raise your hands, and Chris Hawthorne, one of our newest members, will give you a card and a pen if you don't have a on the card that has been given to you. I want you to write the gift of the water that you have with you, virtually or actually. Either the gift you are giving or the gift that has been given to you during these past 18 months. We will collect these during our offering, and Diane and I will read them. My words of gathering today are from the Thanksgiving address of the Haudenosaunee people. Greetings to the natural world, the people. Today we have gathered and we see that the cycles of life continue. We have been given the duty to live in balance and harmony with each other and with all living things. So now we bring our minds together as one, as we give greetings and thanks to each other as people. Now our minds as are one. I invite you to just greet the people around you. Also, welcome all of you who are joining us on Zoom. Yeah. Joining us on Zoom, and thanks Brady for helping that happen, Brady and Heather. We often say our covenant at this point, but today we have important business to take care of. I'd like to invite Clara Rose Bunnell Rusk and her parents and her brother Julian to please come up to the for the gift of childhood, whose innocence and laughter keep the world young. rejoice and give thanks. May this precious life, which we have accepted into our community of ideals and friendship, receive abundantly the blessings of health, love, knowledge, and wisdom, and in its turn give back richly to the common heritage that endures from generation to generation. What is the name of this child?
Clara Rose Bonnell Rex.
Thank you. Can everyone say that? We welcome you into the world and affirm our commitment by your word. May generations be blessed. May your names generate love in years to come. And I think we should give a special welcome to Julian too. Julian, we are so happy to be here. Ian and Paul, in bringing Clara Rose to be celebrated and welcomed into this place, you acknowledge the need for loving care and your determination to guide her with understanding and commitment. Your affection, love, devotion will support her for many years. Do you promise, to the best of your ability, by your example, your love, and your wisdom, to lead this child in the way of goodness, beauty, justice, and truth? And how about you, Julie? Do you promise too? And so invite you all to express your hopes and prayers for Clara Rose.
Wisdom that will be role model for those around you. Strength and courage to handle whatever life brings her way. Full of
Thank you. I hope she goes up to be kind, and loving, and do good things in this world. So, like the children who are here from our congregation, Okulani, are you our child today? Very thrilled that brought a child with them. And you should be part of this group. Okay. They have brought Clara to be dedicated here today. So as she begins her life and grows among us with our youth, and so I'm asking Julian and God, if you will protect her, if you do your best to help her understand that, like you, is a precious child with inherent worth and dignity. If so, say yes. Yes. You would like to embody the spirit strong. Will you, members and friends of the Grand Unitarian Universalist Congregation, rejoice with us in the birth of Christ? Will you take upon yourself the sacred responsibility of nurturing her care? Will you leave room for her in your heart? really is a good question. When did we ever get to eat our cake? You know, the really for that. Story, sacred source of and source of all these new lives among us. We are in wonder, the miracle of birth, and we are overjoyed with gratitude for this precious life joining us. Grant to these parents and to all those who surround us the wisdom and courage to lead their children in the journey of life. May this congregation be for them a firm truth, a circle of love, and a source of goodness. Amen. What is and what they are love? With Clara Joseph's faith dedication, we are welcoming new members. We see the names of those who become members of our community. And a fuzzy duck, if you have been recognized yet, join in. The names of those I have, Michael and Ritual. And what they name of the film is Ben and Soul Valley today that has had some helping bikers hiking themselves. But Michael and Ritual, Colette Hart, Jeanette Dellinger, Tracy Augustine, Chris Fox, and Ardella Moran. Home, Terry Wilson, and Ainsley O'Donnell. Thank you. What's the name? Marty. Marty. Okay, and I know because we haven't been meeting and we've been seeing people on Zoom, I want to make sure that you know who these people are. I mean, you could do a brief map. So we have here Ainsley O'Donnell and Hope Long. And here is Colette Carter, who is joining our breakout room. Yeah, and we have Annette Ellen. Has a really interesting background in with low vision navigate, which has been a great blessing in our community. Thank you, Annette. And Tracy Augustine. And Tracy is in our choir. Need I say more? And Ainsley is in the choir. The best way to become a part of our community. If you don't sing, I highly recommend. Ardella and Patrick Moran. And we are quite and have gotten to know many veterans. And our neighborhood is very familiar with Hardy. For choosing this community of fellow seekers to travel with you on your life journey. Already you have begun to lead yourself to the fabric of this community. Singing with the choir, joining social action in all many ways. You engage with us as we seek to create a community and a world dedicated to love and justice. Yay. Congregation, will you make room? I spoke last week about that empty bowl. Will you make room in your hearts for friendships with these new people who come from many places to join us right here? Will you seek to add your strengths and talents to the new gifts that they bring? Now we can say our covenant. This isn't a test. So let us all say our covenant together. Love is the doctrine of faith, the quest of truth, that and service is its fruit. To dwell in peace, to seek knowledge and wisdom, to serve others in community. Thus do we covenant together. And I'm forgetting names, so I won't say it. But we have a gift, a special gift for them, but it hasn't arrived yet. So I will show you a sample of the gift. Leave them with us. The partner is Abby Brill is now in the process of making these, and each of you will receive them. So thank you very much. Let us welcome them into our the Granite Peak Singers, of whom some ministers are part of us. We would like to sing a song about what it feels like to open ourselves to new members. We're going to sing Draw the Circle Wide. And if any of you know the words, please feel free to join in. Invite you into the sound of this building. Let us feel the earth beneath our, this earth that has held us through these 8 strange months. This earth that has held us through births and through deaths. Let us consider above us the sky that stretches into those amazing clouds that keep changing shape and up higher, higher into the universe. That place of gather together each and each week I watch the lake. There is this beauty. Considering this beauty around us. And each week we bring our joy and sorrow. Today, especially the family of Mr. who passed away this past. Athena and his family. Behold, Jack, who had a procedure that seems to have gone well, and he is feeling that he is on the road to recovery. He is at home and hopes to join us with blessing. Behold all those who have struggled through this time. That would be all of us. But some have special struggles. Let us hold them in the light of this. After I bring the bowl, I invite you to say the names of those who are on your hearts. Now I invite you into a time of silence, after which I will. Spirit of life, we have joy at the sound of children, beauty around us, the sound of our. We have joy in the presence of Karen Anderson, who is well, and Judy Davis, who is here with us after a long. We give thanks for the ways that we have supported each other, for the ways that you have supported us. Give thanks for the wind that is here. We give thanks for the water that is pulling up. For all these things, we amen and may it be so. And now we will sing walking. I love the sound. I miss having this. This room is very quiet. This month's Seeds of Support will go to Arizona Family Home Partnership. It is a private nonprofit organization dedicated to making reproductive health care and education available and accessible to all individuals. We have a chance for a real offering. But what, can you hear? You can't hear it. Sorry. Do you want me to say that again? I'm sorry. My father told me my whole childhood to speak more softly. And towards the end of his life, he was always saying, speak up, speak up. This month's seeds of support will go to Arizona Family Health Partnership. This is a private nonprofit organization dedicated to making reproductive health care and education available and accessible to all individuals in Arizona. This time you have a real chance to give, but I imagine that you probably weren't expecting this. So we will send around the baskets, and at that time, please put in your the index card that you have been given with the meaning of the water that you are given. And now we will listen to a song about the full moon. And remember that tomorrow night is the night of the harvest moon. What is given in love what is given in love is received in gratitude. Okay. Yesterday afternoon, I wonder how many of you were caught in a downpour. I was at our building, and the thunder was raging, although I didn't see any lightning. And when I went home, our surroundings felt like a rainforest rather than high desert, with leaves and limbs dripping with rain. Wow. At the end of June, before I left on my pilgrimage, the paths into the national forest were closed. Do you remember that? This action cut off many people, including some of you, from what you love to do best, hike among those ponderosas and oak trees. But by the time the forests were closed, all of us who are forest lovers knew something was very, very wrong. The fire danger was extreme, but it was more than that. The trees and animals were crying for water. Did any of you hear those voices too? My mother had a forest in her house because she could hear the voices of plants when they needed water. She would hear them and then she'd give them just enough water. In June, many of us could hear the earth crying for water, and there was nothing that we could do. Neighbors of ours were filling children's plastic wading pools with water for the parched animals. On the edge of the forest, I wondered what I would come back to. What would another month of hot and dry weather do? How many trees would we have to cut down? How far would that bark beetle spread through the forest? What would I return home to? We had packed bags that we kept on the ready with emergency supplies and even favorite clothing, photographs from our life we don't want to lose, just in case of a fire. When the element of water is missing, the earth and all who live on it are in danger. And then, for whatever complex, scientific, or spiritual reason, abundant rain fell on our forests and prairies. On my ride home from the Phoenix airport through Dewey, Mary Lou said, "You're gonna be amazed. It looks more like the hills of Scotland than Arizona." The trees had been drinking their fill. The water holes in the mountains were nourishing animals. I sat on our deck and breathed in the scent of a well-nourished earth. The rain, the access to water has changed everything around us. I no longer feel helpless when I look out at the trees. I feel nurtured by those trees. The meadows we go through on our walks have become places to stand and breathe in the fresh scent of water and grasses. Suckle are climbing up traffic poles. Instead of a crying voice, I hear a marvelous sigh, kind of like the one my father would make after an especially good Sunday dinner. He makes this sound right before he lay down on the living room floor. And the rainwater has been replenishing the land, promising nourishment for all. For 18 months, while Clara Rose has been learning to crawl and walk and learn words like mask. She knows the word mask. We have been listening to the needs of our community. I have seen you bring sustenance to each other in funny emails, offers of walks, kayak rides, phone calls, visits at a distance, rides to doctor's appointments, cards, messages of love and care. In all of these small individual ways, we have offered one another living water. When I look out at all of you, at our community that I imagine now many who are still online. I feel that I'm looking out on a forest that has had abundant rain. Amen, and may it be so. And now I invite Diane Harper to come up and join me. In the Thanksgiving address of the Haudenosaunee people, they have a thanksgiving for the waters. Today you have brought water. We're going to go around and receive the water. Christy McHugh is going to go around and receive the water that you brought. Either you can just virtually put some water in. I forgot to. So, and as she is collecting the water, Diane and I are going to be reading from what you wrote. So if any of you have more papers, you can give those to Christy as well. This is the part from the Thanksgiving address about water. We open our water ceremony with these words. We give thanks to all the waters of the world for quenching our thirst and providing us with strength. Water is life. We know its power in many forms. Waterfalls and rains, mists and streams, rivers and ocean. With one mind, we send greetings and thanks to the spirit of water. Now our minds are one. The water has fed our vegetable garden. Life and sustenance. Widening our circle, our sense of community. Water keeps the tree alive. In return, the tree reasonable growth and stability in our mission. The gift of water from the spring in our land, enhanced by the life-giving and life-taking rain, symbol of many things. It nourishes the soul as it nourishes the roots of the cottonwood, and may it give strength. The gift of water nourishes my garden, giving us beautiful and delicious vegetables. The gift of novelty, of community, in a time of personal and global need. Gift of water received past 18 months, safe environment, comfort, fellowship. Love, inner peace. The gift of reflection and extra time. A deeper meditation practice, heightened awareness, acceptance, compassion, and more patience. I am grateful for the July-August monsoon rains in the area, replenishing groundwater, pollinator plants, lakes, and many other water resources. Life. Health, Zoom, the best, keeping us together in love. Grateful for our well water and the abundance of rain this year. The gift of the ground. A
As an essential service provider, I learned perseverance despite exhaustion and patience, tolerance in the face of impatience and intolerance.
From the ocean water of San Diego, I bring the gift of impacts of waves in peace.
The gift of expanding our horizons as our children experience the ocean for the very first time.
3¼ inches from yesterday's lovely rain.
My virtual water is from the Puget Sound. It contains, I'm sure, molecules of each of my parents whose ashes were scattered there by me 20 and 30 years ago.
I am thankful for water, which may have saved my life when I suffered dehydration this summer. That was Joanne Vogel.
I am thankful for the prayers, love, and thoughtfulness the congregation gave us during the time of need.
Children in good places.
Gift of life.
The gift of trust in the present health and enduring grace of water.
Endurance, patience, grace, empathy, discernment.
Water in our arid, drought-ridden Southwest is the new liquid gold. My vincas, marigolds, jade plants, and aloe have drunk with appreciation of this liquid gold, as I have.
At Big Bear.
Water is peace and beauty, life and sustenance.
The gift from my water is the source of life. It is strong, beautiful, sustaining, and it is joyful and playful. You are never waits every day.
May this water remind us of how precious its finite presence is in our world.
I'm sharing the water of creativity.
Meeting of my water, ever flowing, life giving, life and friendship connector.
Closer relationship with Jesus. Slowing down to see the beauty of this gratefulness, blessings.
Water, the origin of all life. Honor and keep it clean and pure.
The gift of water comes from my home. The place I found to live when I moved here has water to drink. It also has Granite Creek behind it. It was a great view last night here in the street.
Life. Without water, there is no life.
I'm grateful for the cleansing, nourishing power of water in my students. I feel blessed for sipping water in the ocean. I am appreciative of the enlivening energy that clean water I drink. I'm thankful for the rejuvenating release of the water and release of the water in my tears.
Increased self-knowledge.
All the water that ever was, never will be, is present here now. I give thanks for having water, drinking, and water for playing, and water for I hold my heart was really a lack of water or too much and drink water.
From my well, part of the Chino Valley Aqua, which is being
Water for filling our lakes and our wonderful monsoon rain, that it may not be over yet.
I'm glad it didn't rain this morning. Quenching all thirst.
Water is
Meaning of water, life, the good of life, abundance of good, resilience, gifts given, love, time, care, good intention, gifts received, love, first hugs in a long time, first classes, safety, being welcomed, Mother Earth, grace, fellowship, beauty. And our last one, a new beginning. You all for those words. I have a feeling that we are entering into it. We learned this pandemic about how to nourish our community. It is my hope and prayer that we will carry our we have learned into our life post that ever happened. Let us keep watch over each other's health and well-being. By doing so, by nourishing our community, we are becoming the change that we want to see in the world. We are doing that important work. In these past months, we have seen that that is true. We are. Now let us listen to the Grand Peak sing and feel free to sing along in some of
This is actually the first time we heard it, so singing along.
We give thanks to the energy for the sacred for sharing your divine blessings with us today. Hail, farewell. We give thanks to the energies of the North, our ancestors, and the angels, for sharing your divine blessings with us today. Hail, farewell. We give it thanks to the energies of the West for the gift of water, for sharing your divine blessings with us today. Hail and farewell. We give thanks to the energies of the sun, the spark of life, for sharing your divine blessings with us today. Hail and farewell. We give thanks to the energies of the east, of new beginning, for sharing your divine blessings with us today. Hail and farewell. Very, very
Now we extinguish our chalice. But before we extinguish our chalice and the drumming starts and the cake starts to be cut, and it looks like a very yummy lunch. I want you to know that we have rented the space until 1 o'clock. So if you wish to just stay here and look at this fabulous view and speak with one another, please do. Please do. So now we extinguish our chalice, but not the light of truth, the work of community, or the fire. Previously until we meet. sorry, we are together again. We can't be together again in person in 2 weeks. Behind our building, in the parking lot of our building, we're going to have a blessing of the animals service. So if you would, if that, what? Bring your lizard, your horses, your llamas, all are welcome. It's outside this time. So thank you all for coming. Blessed be. Thank you. Jackie, you have a question. We would love to come back here. Would you like to come back here again? I know it does sort of make you want to sell the building and just rent this out. But I think there would be times in the winter we'd like to have a building. Yes, we will be looking into times we'll be looking at all their Sundays. We wanted to try it out first to see how it is. How many of you would like to come again? Just a few hands stayed down. Well, thank you all and enjoy the cake. Julie, it's time for the cake.